Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I am your host, Ilham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. On June 22nd, President İlham received Prime Minister of Kazakhstan, Alikhan Smilov. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces İlham Əliyev viewed the conditions created at one of the commando military units of the Ministry of Defense and presented the battle flag to the military unit. On June 19th, President İlham Əliyev received Secretary General of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, Haytham Al-Ghais.
Haytham Al-Ghais conveyed Saudi Arabia's Minister of Energy, Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman Al Saud's greetings to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the greetings and asked the OPEC Secretary General to pass on his own greetings to Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman Al Saud. Successful cooperation of Azerbaijan with OPEC Plus countries was highlighted at the meeting. The Secretary General underlined that Azerbaijan had contributed much under the leadership of President Ilham Aliyev to the OPEC Plus format from the first day of its establishment. Haytham Al-Ghais thanked the head of state for this. At the same time, they touched upon the role of the activity in the OPEC Plus format in the global oil market today and underlined that stability was maintained in this market until now thanks to the activity in this format. During the conversation, they discussed the current issues in the field of fossil fuels and stressed the importance of allocating investments to that area in the future. Taking into account increasing demand for energy as a result of the growth of the world economy, they noted that the recent reduction of investment in this field has caused some concern. Along with the progress made in the green energy area in the world, the important role played by traditional fuel was emphasized at the meeting. They noted that the application of the new technologies is of a particular importance in terms of reducing environmental damage in the field of traditional energy. During the conversation, they exchanged views on the prospects for cooperation.
On June 22nd, President İlham Əliyev received Prime Minister of Kazakhstan, Alikhan Smilov.
Noting the strategic nature of relations between Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan, the head of state held a successful development of bilateral ties in all areas. The president of Azerbaijan underlined that the agenda of bilateral relations is broad, saying that the successful implementation of the agreements reached during President of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's visit to Azerbaijan last year and his trip to Kazakhstan this year was constantly taken into account. President İlham Aliyev described it as a sign of the high level of bilateral cooperation. The head of state pointed out that relations between the two countries are of a great importance for regional cooperation, including cooperation in the Caspian Basin and a wider area. The president of Azerbaijan said that there is a great potential for the further expansion of this cooperation, stressing that all this serves to increase the volume of trade turnover, create additional business opportunities, implement large-scale projects in energy, transport, and other areas. President İlham Aliyev expressed confidence that Alikhan Smilov's visit would contribute to the further development of friendly and brotherly relations between the two countries. Expressing gratitude for the warm words, the Prime Minister conveyed the greetings and best wishes of President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, to the head of state. President İlham Aliyev thanked for the greetings and asked Alikhan Smilov to pass on his greetings to Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. Alikhan Smilov congratulated the head of state and the friendly people of Azerbaijan on the upcoming Eid al-Adha. Prime Minister Alikhan Smilov underlined that this year marks the 100th anniversary of national leader Heydar Aliyev, saying the great leader had always cherished sincere friendly relations with Kazakhstan. Alikhan Smilov noted that opening of the Heydar Aliyev Street this year in Astana with participation of the presidents of Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan is a manifestation of unity of both countries and peoples. The head of state expressed gratitude for the respect to the memory of great leader Heydar Aliyev, adding the people of Azerbaijan appreciate this. Alikhan Smilov pointed out that Azerbaijan-Kazakhstan relations are strategic by their nature and expressed satisfaction with successful development of cooperation in all spheres. The Prime Minister noted that interaction between the countries based on strategic partnership is an indicator of bilateral relations. Alikhan Smilov expressed gratitude to the Azerbaijani president for his contribution to cementing bilateral cooperation in a variety of fields. He noted that Azerbaijan is the most important economic and trade partner for Kazakhstan in the South Caucasus, saying saying the trade turnover climbed by 40% to exceed $460 million last year. The Prime Minister said the trend was kept this year too and underlined that there are opportunities for increasing this potential even more. They held the construction of the Children's Center for the Development of Creativity in the city of Fizuli, noted the activity of Intergovernmental Commission, and shared their opinions on the cooperation between the countries in oil, transportation, ICT, shipbuilding, humanitarian and other spheres. The sides expressed satisfaction with the recent rise of cargo transportation from the Caspian Sea through the Middle Corridor by Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan as well as third parties, and underlined the importance of stepping up the two countries' joint efforts in these directions. The meeting also saw discussions on the prospects for participation of Kazakhstan's companies in various projects in the liberated lands of Azerbaijan.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Ilham Aliyev viewed the conditions created at one of the commando military units of the Ministry of Defense and presented the battle flag to the military unit.
President Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Ilham Aliyev was reported about the preparations for a ceremony to present the battle flag to the military unit. The memories of great leader Heydar Aliyev and Azerbaijani martyrs who had sacrificed their lives for the country's territorial integrity were honored by observing a minute of silence. The national anthem of the Republic of Azerbaijan was played. The head of state addressed the event and congratulated the personnel of the armed forces with the upcoming Day of the Armed Forces.
Salam asker.
Saying that the opening of another commando unit is a very significant event, the head of state added that the number of commandos is increasing day by day, and more units are to be opened in the future, which will continue to increase our combat capabilities. President Ilham Aliyev underlined the professionalism and heroism of the special forces and a special role they played in implementing a number of military operations during the Karabakh War. Touching on the process of army building, the head of state said that the Azerbaijani army today is even stronger than the Azerbaijani army that showed heroism and professionalism during the war. Noting that successful economic policy gave the opportunity to allocate sufficient state funds for army building, the head of state recalled that as soon as the additional funds were received, we allocated a large amount to increase the budget and identified two main directions there. First, the restoration of Karabakh and Eastern Zangezur, and second, the strengthening of our military potential. Saying that any provocation against Azerbaijan does not go unanswered, President Ilham Aliyev emphasized today that Azerbaijan is one of the countries that determines its own destiny. Our country does not and will not depend on anyone. It speaks its word openly and conducts an independent policy and shapes up agenda in the region after the Second Karabakh War. The head of state said that the creation of a border crossing point on the Armenia-Azerbaijan border in the direction of Lachin 2 months ago was the indicator of our strong political will, and noted that today we have further consolidated our glorious victory on the political and diplomatic level. Let me say again that we took revenge on the battlefield. At the same time, we should never forget the Armenian atrocities, said the head of state, and added that the conclusion of the peace negotiations with Armenia today is necessary both for us and even more for Armenia, and dwelled on the conditions of signing the peace treaty. At the same time, one of our preconditions is the opening of the Zangezur corridor. The other condition is that the armed units of the Armenian army should be withdrawn from the Karabakh region, accentuated President Ilham Aliyev, and added that we had favorable positions along the border with Armenia. Touching on the large-scale improvement and restoration works in Karabakh and Eastern Zangezur and the return of former IDPs to their native lands, the head of state underlined that the nationwide leader Heydar Aliyev played a special role in the development of Azerbaijani army. Then the presentation on handing over the battle flag to the commando military unit was read out. The victorious commander-in-chief presented the battle flag to the commander of the military unit. Following the commander oath-taking ceremony, the personnel marched in front of the podium with the battle flag under the accompaniment of the solemn military march.
That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.